Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I'm not sure what more I could say, right? I mean, I think we've heard the stories, we've heard the evidence, we've heard from folks who are advocating for this work, and we've heard from government folks about sort of what's possible. Yeah, I'll start by just thanking everyone who participated today. I think this conversation was an inspiration, and it's something that I think about daily. So thank you. I'd like to extend a broader thank you to the folks who participated in the Artist Employment Program. You know, I've been working in community and working with artists for many, many years, and it was such an unbelievable opportunity, and I am so grateful to have watched this work just happen across the state through this program. I think I also want to acknowledge that there were so many folks who wanted to do this work and we were unable to fund, right? That we had so many artists and organizations understand the deep impact that artists can have in communities that they applied and said, and raised their hand and said, yes, we care about our community and we know that the things that we want to move forward, the needles that we want to move to make better, stronger communities and neighborhoods can happen with the work of artists. And that is very telling, right? That there are even more people who want to do this work, right? More than the 300 artists across the state that we were able to fund. And so I think that that's just important to message. I'd also like to thank sort of the policymakers and the experts who took the time to participate today. And I really hope that you can bring this back to the folks that you're working with to start thinking about this, right? Take the playbook that we created, really think about the cross-sector, the labor and the workforce and the safety net policies where you can just integrate artists within that, right? That you start to really acknowledge and understand that artists are workers. So thank you for being here to share with us today. And thank you to SUNY Rockefeller Institute, the research team, to our research partners, to Urban Institute, to HRNA and Congruence for helping us better understand the impact of this work of the Artist Employment Program and its process, including sort of what worked well, but also what we could do better next time, right? Let's hope that there's a next time and hope that we can improve based on everything that we've learned from all of this work. I'll have a specific sort of shout out to Maria and Sol and Ryan, who have really worked tirelessly on getting us to this moment, to releasing this work and to really providing care for the artists who were and organizations who are willing to give this their time to make this a really substantive piece of research and storytelling. I think I have three main takeaways from today's discussion. So I think first, AEP provided a glimpse of what stable employment and income can do for artists in the arts and cultural sector, right? This work has been done before, and this work continues to be done across the country. But I think at the scale and the impact of this work should really be able to demonstrate sort of how to go beyond this and continue it in a variety of ways. This evaluation really shined the light on the fact that artists are workers and deserving of basic protections that all other workers in the economy enjoy. The research also revealed the needs and capacity issue that arts organizations face, right? This is very real for these organizations, and how sort of the financial health of the organization really impacts the artists and their ability to engage in artistic collaborations, right? The same way it does for all of the folks who work for them and with them. I think second, new policies and increased funding support are needed to address the structural challenges that artists and arts organizations face, right? This last panel really laid out some of those ways that has to happen. We did hear about sort of a range of policy tools and initiatives that would help to provide this financial stability and basic labor standards to artists, but I think we can do more, right? I think the entire state has now worked together and has understood sort of what the existing state laws that need to be better implemented possibly, or the need for establishment of portable benefits options for artists, the workforce development inclusion of artists in those broader initiatives, all of those pieces that need better support and better integration of artists within them is important. Third, I think the Artist Employment Program showed us the transformative power of the arts. I'm not surprised at all by this finding, right? But the new connections between communities that were made because artists were working with these organizations was key. The role of artists of color in particular played in making these connections was great. And I think there was we also heard a lot about sort of the healing that comes from learning from each other's culture and history. I think overall, the Artist Employment Program revealed the potential of arts and artists to help us become better people, better neighbors, better community members, and ultimately, hopefully, a better society. So, in conclusion, I think my call to action is a few different things, right, for all of you. I think it's for artist organizations and policymakers in the room or joining us live stream, of course. Well, all of us live stream in here and those who hear this after, to stay connected, right? To stay connected and to keep thinking about the way that you can support artists as workers. Create as Rebuild has been doing a lot of this, but there's a bunch of organizations across the state who are fearless and tireless advocates for artists, and plugging into them, whether it's through social media or looking at the policy playbook or coming to events like the one next week, or there's some events about the New York City mayor taking part happening at the end of the month, and there's an economics and economy and arts hearing at the state level. Also next week, I believe, right? Being present, helping support the advocacy that these folks are already doing, I think is important. And I think we can work together to try and support sort of future iterations of the Artist Employment Program, thinking about what that could look like, how it could fit in. When, for example, NISCA is talking about artist employment, right? How can some of the learnings that we had here be transferred to that work? When counties or federal, and not so much federal, but city or state or local agencies want to hire artists, what have we learned from this Artist Employment Program that can help us and be integrated into that work? I think all of those things are ways that we can move this work forward and continue it. And I think ultimately this is about sort of continuing to believe and to state that artists are workers, and to really demand that they get the benefits and the protections that they are deserved. So I look forward to collaborating with you. I thank everyone again, especially for being online. I know it's always difficult, but I've been really thrilled with hearing everything that has been said today, and feel quite inspired. So thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you, Sarah. And I'd like to just thank everyone who joined us today for taking the time, for your contributions to the discussion, and for your questions on the queue. And I hope we all get together again at either one of the many activities that CRNY has planned for the near future, and also out there advocating for the rights of artists as workers. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the afternoon, and safe, because I know it's not that safe for other parts of the state today. There is a lot of ice on the ground, and so that's the reason why we had to switch the event to a virtual format. So thank you again so much. Take good care.